Okay, yeah, let's start rolling. So first of all, just following on from the statement we just made. Yes, thank you so much for all the support, well-wishing videos that were made, interest in some of the stuff we were talking about. Let me start off by saying, I would not take your money for an impossible Easter egg. I wouldn't take your money for any of those things. I think it's far more sporting to get your money by making awesome games than getting you to buy them. But I would not sell that. But as I say, the outpouring, the kind of positivity did more than we needed for the kind of sentiment and where we're up to. So thank you very much for all that. But as such, it's been more than 8 years, and 8 years ago, a bit more than that, 10 years ago, I made a statement. I think it was with Mr. Dalek JD. I think it was on John's channel, and I said I would talk about something again. I talk about this impossible Easter egg in 8 years' time. Well, it's been 10 years now, and now's the time. Now's the time. I understand that everything I say and every movement I do will be analyzed on some level, and I'm not going to discourage that. But I'll try and get everything in that I'm intending to. But to start this off, I think I want to use the chat a little bit, if you don't mind. I'm new to this.
Can I say one thing first?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
They're saying April Fools.
Okay.
It's not April Fools. I know tomorrow is April 1st.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's test it. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to start off and use the chat a little bit. I want to kind of play with the audience. Okay. So, and JC, you can help me because I'm new to this stuff. So, for those people in the chat, on the impossible Easter egg, please put a 1 in the chat if you believe it exists, and a 0 in the chat if you believe it doesn't.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wow. It's a...
Okay.
There's some zeros, but it's I would say it's overwhelmingly 1.
Okay. So now the next part of the conversation is I'm talking to all the people who just put 1 in, because all the people who put 0 in, they're all okay, right? They've said no. So now I'm going to talk to the people who put 1 in. So the people who put 1 in, can you tell me whether 1, if your expectations are high for what the impossible Easter egg would be, and 0 if you think your expectations are low about what they would be? Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Excellent.
Medium?
Medium, 0.5. Okay. Okay. Okay, so everybody who answered 1 to those questions, this conversation is primarily for you. Okay. The first thing I'm going to ask you is to lower your expectations, because I am going to disappoint you today. Right? But now's the time. But I will give it context. But I'd like to start off by setting expectations. So let's lower everyone's expectations. Okay. What I want to share today is how I went through the process, where the idea came from, and ultimately, I'm going to tell you about the very nature of it and why you need to stop looking for it and give up now. But I want to rewind all the way to the beginning and tell you a story that all leads up to me giving that hint on the impossible Easter egg. I think it was Tech Insider in New York when I kind of gave that interview. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. As I say, you've waited for a while, so I'm going to stretch this story out and give you all the kind of detail. Okay, so let's rewind all the way back to Black Ops 1. So Black Ops 1 was an incredible project. It was a project that I never thought that I would have the opportunity to work on in my career. It's the kind of zenith, right? To make a #1 game, you know, we got Guinness Book of Records and the fans accepted it. The story was great, right? Just the development itself was fantastic, right? A group of, I say professionals, but they were ragtag individuals, all with different personalities, fighting because they wanted something. It was real kind of a passion project for nearly every person in that studio. you attack every project in the kind of same way, but it really just kind of came together in this kind of magical way. And if you'd asked us at any point during Black Ops 1, we wouldn't have been able to see it. We were just desperately trying to make something with all the passion that we had. It's one of the reasons why I am and always will be a massive fan of Treyarch, right? That team, that studio, got some of the smartest minds I've ever had the pleasure to work with there. And Black Ops 1, I mean, we'd obviously had other projects before. Black Ops 1 was the first time I saw them really kind of come together with this kind of passion that I'd always dreamed of, and made that project. And at the end of that project, I was sad. Now, you'd think I should be ecstatic, right? What a success of a project. I was actually sad. And I was sad because I felt my goal had just been met, which sounds weird, but I'd always kind of used this kind of goal to kind of drive me in my career and drive what I was doing. And so I thought I'd picked an impossible goal. I thought I'd picked something that would never be achieved. And so when it was achieved, it really kind of made me, I wouldn't use the word depressed, but quite sad for a while, because I was like, well, you need a goal. You need something that's bigger than you to strive for, right? And I felt like I just achieved it. And so it kind of saddened me. And then we go into Black Ops 2. And that same team who was kind of hungry and raw, I said they weren't professional. We all of us weren't. But by number 2, it turned into like this well-oiled machine. And it was making more content and a bigger kind of project than that team could reasonably make in the amount of time that they were given. And it was incredible. I looked at it and thought, okay, this is the zenith. This is the top, right? The first one was a lot of, blood, sweat, and tears. The second one, they were just attacking it like monsters. And it was hard work. They're all hard work projects. But man, I just, again, never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Now, between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, the team kind of got split up. We did different things, had other fires that we had to put out. But when we came back together for Black Ops 3, we essentially had, I think it was like 9 to 10 months left to make both the campaign and all the zombies, and we had nothing. We had 10 months. Now, bear in mind, I've spent most of my career, in a production role, right? So looking at schedules, talking about how staff work and this stuff. What the fans ultimately received for Black Ops 3 shouldn't be possible. I still, to this day, don't know how that game and all its content was actually made in that amount of time. And what it was a team that had been working together, passionate from the raw days of Black Ops 1 into the professionalism of Black Ops 2, and then okay, we need a miracle. And a miracle was produced for kind of Black Ops 3. As I say, that's why Treyarch has and always will have a special place in my heart, because those people are still there doing that kind of magic, right?
Yeah.
With fresh blood in there as well, which is awesome. So before I finish 3, I've got to do the press and media tour. So I've got to kind of go out and talk to the press, and you do these. They'll send you to some place. I went into Europe, but I did some stuff in the States, and those schedules are normally pretty brutal, right? You kind of get up in the morning. A PR person takes you to one interview, then you walk out of that, you go to the next one, next one. And normally when you turn up in a town, the local PR people will take you out and have a meal or drinks and this kind of stuff. And I'd done it a whole bunch of time, and I was like, I'm just going to stay in the hotel room tonight.
You're like, I'm done.
I'm done. Like, I've had enough, nice meals and drink and so forth. So I say, I'll just stay in the hotel. So I'm in New York, and it's this lovely old hotel, like old. Yeah. Like The Shining kind of thing. It's like Art Deco, nice big ceilings, big walls, white marble. There's a kind of a smell in the air of old hotels. It doesn't matter how much kind of deodorant or cleaning you do, it kind of just tells you it's an old hotel, right? It's the kind of haunted stuff, right? It's awesome. And I'm sitting on the edge of my bed in the hotel that night. And there was a bunch of stuff I'd kind of set up and I'd been doing along the way, which started actually in Doris, which is interesting. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I was kind of going along, and I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, and that's when I decided that it was time to make an Easter egg for me.
That's real.
It was time to... So I'd done this with ciphers and done this with Easter eggs on the most part, which was that I would always leave a thread I'd always leave something, right? So I was trying not to, in most part, make unsolvable things. So I'd leave like keywords be zombies, or I'd do certain things that were very, you could get the first step and then I'd make the second step or something else a little bit more
The
complicated.
keyword being zombies. I remember that on the mob cipher being crazy.
I could obviously make that a lot harder, right?
Yeah.
But I'd always kind of made it so that even for the ones that took 10 years to do, there was still, I left like little breadcrumbs in, so there's a way, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself way back when, this started in Doris, what happens if I did one for me? What happens if I did one that truly was not for the community? It was for me to put something in. And I thought about 2 books that I'd read. And the first book is by an author called Miyamoto Musashi. It's called The Book of 5 Rings. And the 5th book, if I remember rightly, is called Void. It's about the stuff that can never be known in life. And the other book that I was thinking about was a book called Here Be Dragons, which was a physics book about wormholes and kind of advanced physics, talking about extraterrestrial life and so forth. And in that book, Here Be Dragons is what they used to write on maps when the sailors didn't know what was there, or if bad things, if a ship had not come back, they'd just write, here be dragons, right? The idea of forbidden knowledge. And I'd always kind of thought about the idea of, wouldn't it be amazing if there was things there that we couldn't see, that were always there? And I knew the zombie community would be taking everything apart and cracking everything open. And so how do you do an impossible Easter egg?
Yeah.
Right? That could survive forever. My goal being that it would never be found. And so I could truly put things in there that were profound.
Yeah.
And that night is when I worked it out. So I had all the kind of pieces already set up, but that night I was like, you know what? I'm going to commit to this. And I worked pretty much through the night in that hotel room and worked it all out and was like, yes, this will all work.
That's awesome.
And so I walked out and the PR person took me to the interview. And as I'm going into the interview, I thought to myself, if I make it sound as profound as what it is to me, then all the attention will go to it.
Yeah.
So I tried to do as kind of light and joking a kind of presentation as possible. And yes, I didn't know what images they were going to put behind me or any of that kind of stuff, right? But I threw it out into the interviewer. And I feel for that interviewer because I think every interviewer I've ever spoke to about zombies, they always say, "Oh, tell me a secret that the community doesn't know," right? And I always tell them, no, or I joke about something. Well, this one guy, I gave him my life's work.
And he didn't know.
So
he didn't know that was going to happen.
So the one guy, I suppose it proves to kind of ask me that question repeatedly because this one guy, I gave the whole thing. So, so let me get to the end part. The impossible Easter egg, the clue is in the title. It is impossible. You will not get it. Stop looking for it. I'll say this statement. If you were to get it, it would mean something to you, but would mean everything to me. I don't believe anyone can get it. I think it's so complex, and I've not tried to put any kind of clues or crumbs out there because I want it to survive after all of us are gone. Now,
damn,
if it was discovered, I would obviously tip my hat to the superior gamer. But my goal is, and that's why I don't want to tease it or kind of talk about it very much. It's not for you. It was for me. And so that's what I have to say. Thank you for being patient all this time. I apologize for the disappointment. But that's what the impossible Easter egg is.
Damn. Little mic drop. I would drop my mic, but I don't want to.
And now I'll have a coffee.
Deserved.
It's a kind of somber story, right?
Yeah. I have so many things that it's a lot. That was a roller coaster.
I'd say it was all from that experience of thinking, I'm stood at the highest point of the mountain.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. And who knows if I'll ever stand there again. And so I'll do the final thing that's for me. And there we go.
I think it's so interesting because it's like, it's people, you talk about like, it's a fortunate thing to be able to to reach the goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you're going for. And, I'll just throw like a YouTube thing out there just that I can relate to, where it's like, we always joked around, like me and my friends always joke around about like, okay, what happens if you ever got to like 1 million subscribers, let's say 2 million does not really feel the same. like, you know what I mean? Like you go for that goal and you think of it and you're like, and I think this is something that, me and a lot of my friends have had to, again, very fortunately, but like there was just a certain moment where like you get to a milestone and you work so hard for it and you feel accomplished doing it. And then you're like, wait, was all that I am that milestone, or what am I going for next? And I love that. It's like, I love that like, that's the passion behind it.
It turns out, and it's hard, right? It turns out that the struggle is more important than the goal.
Yeah.
Which,
absolutely,
it's very depressing generally as a statement when you discover that in life, which is the actual struggle is where the meaning is, not the actual goal.
Yeah.
For me. But I think of multiple people I've met who've kind of gone through similar careers, it's surprising how similar that sentiment is, which is, it really is about the struggle.
Someone in chat says, Big Peanut says, the friends we made along the way, damn it.
It
is that too. It is that too.
Yeah. And that's it. That's the thing, you'll hear, hopefully it comes across, I'm not really putting the glory on the project, of which I'm very proud of those projects. I'm putting the glory on the team that made it. Yeah. I'm putting the glory on that kind of seeing that group of people just take off and fly is, it's what everybody in the games industry dreams that they're a part of. Yeah. And it's very hard to have the self-awareness of, oh, this is the moment. It's actually happening. Yeah. Because you've been searching for it your entire career. Yeah. And then when you're in it, it looks like every other project. And then you're like, oh, just a minute. It's like, it's all just flying along. It all just happened. And then also like, it's that thing where it's like, you're moving so quickly that it's the classic statement of like, you never know you're in the good times until like right when they pass. Sure. It's like if you ever have one of those moments, it's like I had that moment in a hotel in New York before going on to that interview. That's so cool. That was the moment. That's awesome. And that was when I was like, okay, all the things I kind of set up, and I kind of had a rough idea of what I was trying to do, but I was just like, you know what, I need to go for it. Yeah. Yeah. And then you stayed up all night. Stayed up all night to work it out. In this really weird place. Awesome. It was like this, it was a really kind of fancy kind of wooden writing desk, like the proper, it was really fancy, proper pen and paper. Great. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. And then in the morning, I think the PR person said to me, like, have you slept? And I was like, no, let's go. I was like banging back coffees. And then you're in that interview and you go like, I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what you said, but you said something along the lines of like, I've had enough now. Yeah. If you look at it, that gives more context to that now. You know the way I work, right? Yeah. So it's like once I'm on something, like there's no end to it. I've just got to keep going, right? It's my weakness. But yeah, once I kind of got into that mode, I was like, okay. And then I looked at the watch. I'm like, oh, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Like the interview's at like 10 or something. I was like, I've got to get going. Yeah. But yeah. Wow. And so there's the. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there it is. I will say that if you would have told me last week that we'd be having this conversation today, I'd be like, what is going on? What is happening? Chat. I'm seeing that they're saying they're more motivated. Don't be more motivated. You're not listening to me. It's called the impossible Easter egg. I didn't call it the very difficult, slightly difficult, the tricky Easter egg. I called it the impossible Easter egg.
That's the thing. It doesn't. If you tell people to do one thing, they'll do the opposite.
They think I'm being all clever and doing
And then
it.
if you say to do it, then they'll be like, "Well, then you said to do it."
Yeah,
You can't win.
I'm discouraging it. I'm actively discouraging it.
Let's talk about something, okay? As Jason mentioned, we don't want to be done making games.
Oh no.
And we talked about that at length in the last stream, right? It's been a crazy week. But your support and your sentiment, I've said this on multiple streams now, like it like lit a fire underneath me going like, okay, I have hope.
Yep.
Like I actually have hope. Because like when it first happens, you're kind of like, oh my God, what's going on?
Absolutely.
But the fact that there's a community out there that cares because you're real. There's 2,000 of you in here right now. And this is not even like a YouTube stream. It's just like my small channel over here on Twitch. Like that's crazy, right? We normally do not have that many people in here. You guys like, and I know it's because this guy's here, but I appreciate you guys. But it's like it's living proof that there's a community out there, and it's living proof that like we should not give up. We should keep going. I mean, Jason already said all this in the last stream, but we definitely are going to try our best to make a damn video game.
Yep.
Whatever it takes.
Yep.
And in doing so, I can't believe we're doing all this stuff in this one stream today.
Yep. Gonna press buttons.
I'll press a button. Let me be clear. Like Jason said before, no GoFundMe or anything like that. Right? Like I think we appreciate the energy, right? But what has been helping so much is just you guys, excuse me, I'm drinking coffee, but you guys giving such like just a rallying cry that you want
saying that you would, but we don't actually
yeah. Saying that you would, but you know what I mean? Yeah, like you know what I'm trying to say. And all I'm gonna say is this. If you want to see more from us, a game from us, if you want to like keep the movement going, on Twitter, there's a new account that exists, and that is like an amazing way to show that you want us to keep going and you want us to move forward and make a video game in whatever which way we can do it. It exists. Magic Fractal, new game studio.
Sure is.
And yeah, I just would appreciate you guys giving it a follow. You don't have to. It's absolutely free to do.
I'll be the community manager, which means there'll be 0 posts.
Wait, does that mean you're on Twitter?
I suppose so. That's as close to me being on Twitter as you're going to get, I suppose.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like that's also like that's hot tea. Like if you say you're on Twitter, if you say you're managing that account,
I'm not managing that. I'll be looking at that account.
Damn it, Jason! That's how we get more followers.
I can't manage this internet thing.
But that is the place to go to show your support, and that's a great like thing to look at as we're doing this Blundell-a-thon. I want to see more support on that account. It'd be freaking awesome. Obviously, don't feel like you have to, but it would be freaking amazing. And we're gonna continue to give you guys fun content the next couple of weeks. And this stream's not over, by the way. We're about to do something else too. But like, that's that's what this event is all about, man. It's about giving back, being appreciative of the support you guys have given us. And yes, new studio right there.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm. I hope to God.
And if not, it's the fourth time. Third time's the charm.